Greetings from the VIP lounge of Lima, Jorge Chavez International Airport in Lima, Peru. We are going to talk about what it's like to be at an airport with a baby. Because he's here, and he's probably going to vomit milk all over us during
And he's been on, and he's about 6 months old at this point, and he must have been on at least 30 flights.
Oh, not 30. I would say more like 15 at this point, but yeah, certainly starting at like month 3? No, sorry, like week 3, he was flying, and I would say it's really not as bad as we thought. I would say what many parents' primary concerns are, and this is definitely a concern that we have as well, especially for very newborn babies, is disease risk. They haven't been fully vaccinated, especially at the very beginning. What do you do to protect your baby?
You always had like a shawl thing that you covered him with.
Exactly. So for a while, when he was much smaller, now he's a bit too big to fit under one. Yeah, that's right. I have him under a cape. And there are dedicated, very lightweight travel capes that you can wear as a parent that make it possible to cover your baby. In fact, very few people even realize that I had an infant with me, with him under the cape and in a sling.
Problems at security.
Yeah, because people would say, well, you don't have a baby because, you know, you have to bring your backpack and all the baby things through. And then I would show the baby and they'd be very surprised.
Let's talk about security really quick.
So yeah, so this is very interesting, and I was really worried about it when we first went through security, is if you bring formula, you know, do you have to pay $5 for a water bottle at the airport? No, you can actually bring, I think they might need to be sealed.
Security.
Yeah, water bottles through security. What happens is you put your baby bag through the TSA screening conveyor belt. They notice the water there, and then they usually take it to a machine and test it. Now, in this airport in Peru, they did not test the water that we brought through.
Yeah.
I think they just took our word for it. We went into a special VIP line for babies, and
you can also take a stroller with you.
Oh yes, that's the other thing is most airlines allow you to, without charge, check a stroller bag. So today we checked so many bags and didn't pay for them because one of them contained his bassinet and car seat. Now, traveling with a baby, one thing that Malcolm really hated from the very beginning was just how much baggage we had, because I had to travel with his stroller and the stroller base and the baby bed and the baby bather and all the diapers and all the formula and all the bottles and the bottle sterilizer and all his clothes and some toys. And yes,
you travel with so much more. And I think honestly, if you're thinking about logistics and traveling with a baby, the key, most important thing you must remember is the car seat.
The car seat is, yeah, and that's, so I remember, I once saw this minimalist dad. He looked like he'd stumbled right out of Instagram, where he was like all muscular. He had a t-shirt and a baby at the Philadelphia airport. And he was definitely trying to be a minimalist dad. But the one thing he had to bring with him, and he was standing at the check-in counter with it, was a car seat base and a car seat. He could not get out of taking that annoying piece because, well, for safety, you can't, in at least the United States at least, drive in a car and not have a proper car seat and a proper car seat base. And especially if you're a parent of an infant, you don't want to do, like Uber does have in some regions car seats, but do you want to put your baby in that? Like,
well, what she means is, if he's not fully vaccinated yet and other babies have been there, you don't know what diseases they have or anything like that. And when a child catches the disease, it's not like an adult, it's not like an inconvenience. It can cause permanent brain damage.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're probably not thrilled about probably having to stay awake at night and care for a sick infant. You're waking up at night anyway, though. You just don't want to like Helen Keller your baby.
Which happened because she caught, what, like a flu or something?
Yeah, I had scarlet fever. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was not good. Don't do that to your child. So yeah, so I would say even the most minimal of parents still have to bring that car-based seat.
And they are heavy. There is not like a lightweight version, which I look for.
But on the bright side, we would say at least you can, instead of bringing your stroller all the way to the gate, you can just use a carrier. These carriers work very nicely. There are lots of different types. There are ones that work for much smaller babies. They can pack light. This one, the Ergo Baby, is a bit more bulky. It's not something, it's more like a backpack frame, so you can't as easily, I would say, fold it up into a collapsed suitcase. But there are other ones that we have that are so small, it's just like folding a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, they're just like a piece of fabric almost.
Okay, so just to recap some of the basics, you can get a cape to cover your baby if you're worried about just people sneezing on your baby. You can, you don't have to pay for water in the airport. You can bring in a water bottle in almost every situation. And if someone ever pushes back, and we had people who were like, no, you just can't. Yeah, be like, talk to your manager, and they'll let you bring things through.
Some places will let you skip lines. You gotta go to special baby lines.
Yeah, and they don't make you, most airlines do not make you pay to check a stroller and a car seat base and all that. And there are special like $15 bags on Amazon that you can buy to put all those things in.
Don't push your baby through the x-ray machine. That's always good to remember.
They don't genuinely recommend that. And then finally, I think the thing that parents worry about most is, is my baby going to cry the whole time? This little dude has not been crying for the most part. He's a really good guy. I don't really know what to say.
If they do cry the whole time, you're going to have like an army of parents defending you because apparently there's some like
secret mafia of parents and everyone kind of like has your back, which is crazy. But it does seem to be the case. And don't worry, don't stress out. It's a short flight. And honestly, if you travel with a really young kid,
it may not be a short flight. This isn't going to be a short flight.
No, we've done a bunch of 6 to 8 hour flights with him already, and he's fine. I think it may be that also. So right now he's almost 6 months. We traveled with him from 3 weeks onward. Maybe it's because younger children are easier to travel with. So here's the final thing: is if you just had a baby and you're thinking, oh man, I'm not going to be able to fly for a while, maybe you should fly a little earlier, as long as it's safe and there's no huge disease outbreaks going through your area.
Because she said in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak.
I'm not exactly thrilled about flying right now, but maybe fly earlier because it's only going to get harder once they move around a lot and want to play. When they're just sleeping and pooping and all that, it's all right.